Climate change. Sounds like a very serious topic, isn't it? Well, it is actually, and I can say in the past few years it has become a very serious topic. But there is nothing much to worry about climate change. Actually, natural climate change. You might be thinking I am joking, right? But when I'm not. In fact, climate change is a very important phenomenon. It leads to the evolution of the earth, and it is very important for the working of the world. So then what went wrong? And why is climate change being considered as climate crisis in the present times? Well, good morning everybody. Good afternoon everybody. This is Kristi Hazarika of Class 11A, and I'm present here to express my thoughts on climate change, its effects, causes and solutions. First of all, I'd like to point out the difference between global warming and climate change. Most of the people do not understand the difference between these two terms and use these terms interchangeably, while there is a fine line difference between both of them. Global warming is the overall heating of the Earth's atmosphere due to the presence of greenhouse gases, and climate change refers to the long-term shifts in temperature and weather pattern that have come to define Earth's local and global climate. Global warming is a cause of climate change, and since 1800, global warming has been the leading cause of climate change. According to British Geological Survey, climate change in the past were due to factors like strength of sun, Earth's orbit, axial tilt, ocean currents, volcanic eruptions, meteorite impacts, and many more. But these factors interacted in a very complicated and complex manner, often enhancing or reducing the effects of one another. Recent or current causes include burning of fossil fuels, cutting down forests from deforestation, and farming livestock. These have been increasingly influencing climate and temperature, adding enormous amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Other causes include emission of nitrous oxide, fluorinated gases, methane, manufacturing and industrial activities, increased use of automobiles, urbanization, and overconsumption. But according to a UN report and climate scientists, humans have been responsible for all of global heating since the last 200 years. According to the very same UN report, I could comprehend that climate change has alarming effects, including hotter temperature, because the last decade, 2011 to 2020, was the warmest decade ever recorded. Can you believe that? It has also induced more severe storms, hurricanes, typhoon, etc. Few recent activities have been caused, for example, warming of Arabian Sea, temperatures reaching to 52.3 degrees Celsius, and many more. In fact, the World Health Organization calls climate change one of the biggest threats to global health in the 21st century. It is very important to let those underdeveloped and also developing countries be educated about sustainable development goals so that they include these new technologies and strategies in such ways that they promote zero emissions. But the question is, what can we as responsible citizens of the world do? First of all, spreading awareness is of utmost requirement. Secondly, we must realize and understand the adversity of the situation. We can contribute by taking some small but significant steps, including switching off fossil fuels in our home, being more mindful of the climate footprint of the food that we consume, how we get around, the businesses we support to choose and not to support. It is only when we act collectively, when real change can happen, and we can do even more than cut down on carbon pollution. After all, climate change may be a global crisis, but climate action starts at our homes. We have the responsibility to consider the implications of our choice, being mindful whether these choices are actually reducing the burden of climate change and not just merely shifting them somewhere else. It is also important to specifically include low-income and marginalized communities into our discussions and make sure that they feel the benefit of our efforts and conversations. After all, we are the first generation to feel the effect of climate change and also the last generation who can do something about it. With this, I would like to conclude my speech here. Thank you and have a great day.